Hi, my name is Eric Fuller, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on myself and why I would like to become an educator in the future. Let's get to it. So, a little bit about myself. I've always been an active person. I've always loved doing sports. I love just being outside in general. One thing that really started it off for me was when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I've done martial arts, and I've done that for 7 years, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on because that also helps me out on why I want to be an educator, more specifically for PE. So another thing about me is that I like to get out of my comfort zone a lot. So in regards to my choice of going into PE, I've gotten out of my comfort zone by trying out different sports, doing different methods on how I play the sports. I've gotten more into basketball, the martial arts, and currently I've gotten more into weightlifting because for me that is a very big part on how I'm going to build myself. And if I use myself as the example, I will be able to apply all that to my teachings later on. So another thing would be that I have a really creative mind, especially when it comes to my passions, which is sports. Now, the two things that really help me help my creativity more would be comic books and video games. So, but the reason why I chose those two is because, for one, I grew up with those two, and another reason would be that those comic books and video games are based on several people's ideas on how they interpret certain situations. And for me, they take it into very different ways, and I like that a lot because in sports, not everybody's going to be playing the same way. No one's going to be following the same exact plays all the single time. So what do you have to do? You have to change it up. You have to make it to where it could benefit everybody that's playing, all the students, everybody that's involved within the sport. So why do I want to become an educator? So the reason why I want to become an educator is because when I was in my martial arts, throughout the 7 years, I was able to teach a gym full of students, and the ages varied from toddlers to adults. And throughout that time, I got to see how each age group processed the information that I gave them, how I could readjust them, how to make them better. And the ones that really caught my attention the most were the younger students, just because those were the ones that were still developing, still trying to understand things. And a few of them had troubles in school, so the martial arts was the one thing that they could actually go to, so that way they can enjoy it and get their minds off of things. So the biggest reason though was some of those students that I've taught, I've made a huge impact in their lives. I was the one that actually helped them throughout their problems, and they've come up to me and they told me on how much I helped them and how much they really liked the way I taught to them. And to me, that's a major reason why I want to become an educator. Just knowing that I can make a huge impact on different students. And it got to the point where I was even teaching outside of the gym itself. I was teaching this one family, and one of the child had a disability, and for me to be able to work with that student, it was really good for me to get the experience and see how well I could put my teaching skills to use. And to this day, he's still going through martial arts and he's rising through the ranks, and every time that he gets higher up there, I'm always getting told by the parents on how good of a job I've done. And to me, that feels really good, and I want to be able to do that for many other students and many other people as much as I can. For the people who have influenced me along the way to want to become a PE teacher. So for the martial arts, for me it was the master, because for him to take me under his wing, to teach me all the stuff that he knows, and for me to get out of my comfort zone, that to me was a major part of my entire journey throughout the martial arts experience, because there was times where I was afraid to do certain things that I didn't want to do, but he was the one that always pushed me so that way I could grow and be better myself, and so that way I could move along and then know how to overcome things later on in the future. Another person that has inspired me would be one of my friends that taught me how to play basketball. For him, he's been through many things throughout his life, and he has taught me how to become strong and how just not to be afraid, just like the master from the martial arts. But with him being a close friend of mine, to me, I have a bigger connection with him. And another inspiration would be my current trainer for weightlifting. He's the same age as me, and we constantly go to the gym. We constantly do new things, and every time that we go, we always have that same mindset and mentality that we just need to keep going and then keep going through all the workouts that we have together. And every time that we go, we always try setting new records for each other so that way we both have something to work off of. And to me, that's a really big part of just this entire journey for me, because I know that I'm going to have people that I'm going to inspire later on the road, and I want to do the same for them as the people that inspired me have done for me as well. And this is the end of the video. So thank you guys, and talk to you guys later.